Get to know Dominique Jordan Turner and her 11-year-old daughter, Kennedy Jordan Turner, as we discuss their amazing inspirational activity book, Little Black Pearls for Little Black Girls. Let's talk about Little Black Pearls for Little Black Girls. Tell me about your activity book and what your readers can expect.
Well, so first of all, I would love to start by just saying that this book, it's really all about building confidence in little Black girls and then a greater connection with mom and daughter or whoever is reading it. And one of the reasons why I felt so passionate about this is because the world bombards our little girls, especially our little Black girls, with images that just don't always affirm their genius, their superpowers, their magic. And we wanted to create something that did. When Kennedy was little, I had a hard time finding Black girl books, and I bought them all. And so at this point, we said we're just going to add to that library by creating a house.
So that's what initially inspired the idea for you two to come together and create something for little Black girls.
Yeah, do you want to say more about it, Karen?
Well, it's really laid out. On the left side, there's a photo of an image that I drew. And on the right side, there's a quote by a famous Black girl and a do together activity. And also on the left side, you have the actual pearl and the number of it.
Wow, I love the time and like how well thought out that is. You know, how the pearl correlates with the quote and the activity. I really love that, the way you all put that together. How was the experience for, you know, as mother and daughter working together on this, you know, to be the mother of a beautiful Black girl? You know, how was that experience working with mom and mom working with daughter?
Thank you. Well, first, I think it was really fun being able to get to see my mom do things with me, especially because I realized that she has like a really good work ethic. And I think that's really important because that kind of influenced me to be more productive and get things done instead of just procrastinating and putting it off till later.
Mom, look at this trailblazer. Dominique, I can't believe it. Like,
I'm impressed every day. It's been such a pleasure to work with her. So she's like my business partner now. And so it really shaped our relationship a little bit different because, you know, as moms, we think we are the, you know, keepers of all the information, right? Of all the answers. As a business partner, you have equal saying, right? And so one of the things that I've really appreciated is listening to her voice and her opinion and her thoughts around this process. And I think doing that has created a greater outcome in the book.
Love that so much. Dominique, I understand you tailored the book to speak life and encourage a spirit of fearlessness among African-American girls in particular. Why do you personally have such an affinity for our little Black girls?
So, you know, I think some of the hardest working people that I know look like me. And sadly, because of the zip code that we're born into or the family that we're born into, our opportunities are not equal. And so I dream of a world where people who look like me, what would happen if our superpowers were maximized, right? I think about that. That's what I do all day. I really try and help people to be the first to realize their dreams and their goals. And as many of them that look like me, that's what I'm excited about. What I do know is that at the underneath success and anything you want to achieve is confidence. And so if you don't believe that you can do it, you can't. If you believe you can, then you will. And so that's what I know to be true. And I have no greater wish than to have a daughter who believes that she can. And so that's what the book is about as well.
I love how selfless you are in that, right? I mean, you are a mom of a Black girl, but you know, you were once a Black girl, you know, and that you do have that special place in your heart to see, you know, little Black girls rise and build confidence. So I appreciate that. Kennedy, you know, I looked at the vibrant and dynamic illustrations that were drawn by you. How long have you been into drawing and illustrating?
Really since I could pick up a pencil. I've always liked to draw, whether it's in my school notebooks or in a sketchbook, but I actually got into digital art in about last summer, and I taught myself how to use Procreate, which is an app sometimes graphic designers use, and so being able to teach myself that is really what kind of skyrocketed into the book.
Wow.
Because that wasn't even the plan, right? So we actually were going to hire a graphic designer. in the beginning. And then I realized what an amazing artist she was. And then when we bought the iPad, she said, Mom, I could do this all myself. She didn't want me to hire anybody. She said, I can do this whole thing. And she did. I was so
that's that good business partner right there.
yeah, exactly.
No, we don't need cut the budget. Cut the budget. Right here. Wow, that is incredible. So Kennedy, how did you choose your color schemes? You know, the details of the characters. How did you choose what the colors would be like? What was your creative process?
I used like as many bright and vibrant colors as I could because those are some of my favorite colors, and I realized it was going to be a children's book, and I wanted to draw their attention into the artistry as well. And sometimes I would use like color symbolism, like if the character was supposed to be angry, I'd give her a darker color or red. But if she's supposed to be happy, she can have pastels or yellow. And so I thought really just having to put those two together is what kind of gave them the really vibrant feel. Because it is a children's book and children have the attention span of flies. So we had to draw them in somehow.
You also have some intentionality around the skin color of the little black girl too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I noticed that like in other black girl books that I read, everybody was the same skin color, and there was a one token light skin girl and the one token dark skin girl, but everybody was in the middle. So I wanted to make sure my book wasn't like that as well because I really don't like that in books. So I tried to make as many different skin colors as I could, and I even gave one of the girls a skin condition called vitiligo.
Wow, you thought about everything, every shade of African American girl, so that when whoever reads this book, they will be able to see themselves in the book.
Right, they'll be able to see themselves.
Yeah, love that so much. Love it, love it, love it. Kennedy, I read that you started reading at 18 months, and you're still a very avid reader. What's your favorite book, obviously, besides your own?
My favorite book ever is probably Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, last book of the series. I actually used to really not like Harry Potter because I never thought I would get into sci-fi, but me and my mom were going on a trip. My mom got me the first Harry Potter book. My brain was just going, I don't want to read this. Don't make me read this, please. And so then she was like, read it. And so I was like, okay. So I had to read it on the plane. And I got up to 18 chapters on that 2-hour flight. And so that really sparked my love for like reading sci-fi books. And now I have a lot of them in my room. But yeah, I think it was really fun to be able to explore things that I didn't know I would actually like.
And how'd that make you feel, Dominique? Did you feel satisfaction? Like I told you to read that Harry Potter book.
Oh my gosh, it is. And what's so funny, so I bought her one, I bought me one. And so I was like, we'll read it together because it was all the rage. Everybody was reading it. Oh my God, when she got into it, like she said, she would basically finish the book. I was on chapter 3 by the end of the flight. So
all the books you didn't even want to read in the first place.
Oh my gosh. She's like, you can do it, Mom. Just keep going. Mom. But,
I love this so much.
I never finished the first one, but she did. She's read them all.
What I see a trend in you, Dominique. Tell me about some of the values, high esteem, and education you instilled in Kennedy very early on.
Values, you know, it's interesting. So I knew when her dad and I dreamt about our child that we were going to have a chocolate baby, right? And because he's more chocolate than I am. And so for me, growing up, it was the first thing that came out of people's mouths. You black so-and-so, so-and-so. We have colorism in our own community. And in my family, I am the darkest of my sisters. And so that was the first thing. So I always had some insecurity around my skin color and my hair and all that. So I said, when I have this little chocolate baby, she's not gonna ever wonder, you know, about her beauty or her intellect. And so whenever as a child we'd wash her hair, I would just fawn all over it of her curls. We never used the word nappy. We never used, you know, any derogatory words. We just celebrated her brown skin. We'd even have competitions around who's the darkest and how beautiful that is. So I just think self-love and affirmation and believing in yourself is important. I think the other thing that she's picked up too is that you finish what you start. And so that's one of the things that I've instilled in her. That we're going to do it, we're going to do it with excellence, and we're going to finish.
And Kennedy, in your own words, what has mom taught you? I'm sure she'd love to hear this.
Mom has really taught me to, like you said, finish what I started. Because she wouldn't let me quit the trombone after 4th grade. And I was so mad. I was like, I don't like it anymore. She was like,
all the speakers don't eat.
So I was angry. But I ended up actually being pretty good at trombone, and now I'm happy that I played it.
Wow, that's amazing.
There's a beautiful feeling that comes of finishing something, right? And so even with the book, it's like you have an idea in your brain, and to take that across the finish line and see the finished product, to know that feeling at 11, I think just sets you up for nothing but success in the future. I hope.
I believe, I stand in agreement with you. My gosh, you are raising a mogul here. Kennedy, you're an 11-year-old author, illustrator, YouTuber, motivational speaker. What encouraging words do you have for other young girls out there as they live their own dreams and aspire to be great?
There are a lot of times when somebody's going to tell you yes. But you have to keep looking for that yes, because it's always out there somewhere. A lot of people are going to say, no, you can't do that. Oh, you're a girl, you can't do that. But you have to push through that and believe that you can do it. And even if you don't get a yes, the only yes you need is from yourself.
Love that. Yes. The only yes you need is the yes from yourself. Look at this person you created, Dominique.
I love it. She motivates me. Like, seriously, when I say that I'm honored to be her mother, people think it's the other way around, but I'm really honored that I get to shepherd, this young lady into the world.
Well, Dominique, we're all here at home quarantining during this COVID-19 pandemic. Tell me, why is this a great activity for families, especially now with the worldwide quarantine?
So, funny thing, when we decided to launch this, we launched it on her birthday, March 26th. The intention was never for this to be a quarantine book. We had a launch party planned. We were planning on doing a nationwide tour, and it just so happened that we all got stuck indoors. And the activities in the book actually have made it a great activity for mom and daughters, because we're spending so much time together. Every pearl, so there's 26 pearls, 26 activities. It really solicits conversation that you probably wouldn't have with your daughter. These are questions that you wouldn't normally just ask, and so it gives you an opportunity to get to know them a whole lot better. And I know I'm not only speaking for myself, but this extra time sometimes is good, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes we get on each other's nerves. And so we are looking for things to break up the monotony. And the book, I think, is such a great way to do that. It has everything from having a dance party, dancing to Beyonce's Girls Run the World, to creating a book together, to affirming each other. So there's so many different activities for moms and daughters.
Well, that's absolutely incredible. If anybody watching is interested in getting little black pearls for little black girls, and or staying connected with you both via social media, what's the best way to do so?
You can find me on social media at Instagram at Kennedy J. Turner, and you can find me at my website, kennedyjordanturner.com, and you can order the book from Amazon.
And for me, DJT Speaks is how you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Well, congrats to you both ladies on a successful book. I am excited about Little Black Pearls for Little Black Girls. As a little black girl myself, I'm most excited about it, and I wish you all continued success, and may you create even more fantastic things while you're quarantining. Thank you so much for being on my show today.
Be safe.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.